Welcome back, children. Check it out. A new review. These are not probably what you think they are. These are the Monolith M1060Cs. On the, 560 headband? That was a hell of a modification, I gotta tell you. So, we're gonna be reviewing these. Let's get you like that. Get you. Please excuse the furry cups. Dog hair everywhere. These are most definitely the Monolith M1060Cs. These have been heavily modified. And to be honest with you, they've been through hell. See there? Lots of marks are up here that you can't see. And I should get it out of the way now, the go, no go. Seeing as the latest version is coming out or already out, I don't know that I can honestly recommend it unless you can find these for at or sub $200. Because stock, they're kind of poopy. You open them up and just leave them open, or get a rig away to put some protective layer over the back of the driver. And what you get is, I agree with JV, Joshua Valor, a very intense LCD 2C. Very intimate, very in your face. Not entirely in a bad way. These are the grills from Dr. Sneaky B, the Nautilus ones from Armattan. By themselves, unfortunately, this big bit here added quite a bit of sibilance, and before I had the thought to try the fazor trick where I put felt on it, I took a nice thick packing pad, some open cell foam, from the case that my Sivkas came in. 006, 005, 007, one of those. And then I just cut it to fit, put it in there, cut little holes for the screws, and a little hole for the jack down here. And you know what? I'll be damned. No more sibilancy issues. But it wasn't quite enough. It was missing something. Comfort, well, for one, which is part of why these are so tore up. Adam gave me his M560s, 570s, the ones where he could convert them, open and close. Well, I took them apart and then I put these on there very painstakingly. They're a little wobbly, but they work really, really, really well. And before I bought these grills, I contacted Dr. Sneaky B and told him, hey, you should totally make a conversion kit for the M1060C. That way we can go open, close, open, close, open, close. The brackets, the adapter brackets are here, or plates, and the screws that came with it, well, unfortunately, the way they were meant to work is mostly for quadcopter type stuff. So the nuts, the spaces, all the other stuff don't exactly work perfectly. So I had to redneck a few things. Super glued it on there, bought some magnets, and instead of using a different varying level of open and close, the magnets are just strong enough not to fall off, and boop, they sit right there. Just enough. I even tried wobbling my head. The headphones wanted to fall off more than these. I tried very differing tuning attempts. Ended up sitting with some open cell polyurethane foam? Dense foam? I think it's polyurethane. I don't know, something like that. And I could go from open to close, open to close. But before that, let me check his name. Okay, so quick shout out to this guy. Sneaky B sent me his trochoid phaser 3D file and said if I could get a guy to print it, awesome. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to share. However, I can share the guy that made them for me. I found him on treatstock.com, and I suggest you don't just use that site. Go to ca.silvatech.net He does IT type stuff and 3D printing, and you know what? He charges a very, 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 very fair price. And he saw I was passionate and I was willing to talk to him. And quite honestly, if you have an interesting build, he'll help you toss it about. He was quite kind with me. And some of the extra prints that we worked on were tossed along with it as a nicety. Because his willingness to work with me. I told him, dude, I'm going to blast you all over my videos. So yeah, big thanks to Dr. Sneaky Bee for giving me the file for this, and to Silvatech, Paul Silva, for printing these out for me. Because he was sure there was probably a better way for what I was looking for, given the stuff I had told him that I was wanting out of it, but still gave it a bad-ass college try. So, yes, if you have an interesting design or you want some help or maybe he can help tune it, and definitely talk to him about it first. Send him an email. He will definitely work with you. Seriously. He even sent me a Google Hangouts video call thing, and we talked, and he showed me around and his devices and talked, and we nerded out. It was absolutely fantastic. I found my FDM 3D fab guy. I'm not going anywhere else, I don't think, to be quite honest. So yes, finally got the trochoid phases, and I can finally do a review on everything. So the file that Sneaky Bee gave me, either the prints messed it up, or the file didn't have the countersinking. But the stock screws and nuts did not work. Too short. So I opened his wonderful Nautilus grill. Beautiful Armattan CNC cut. Love that grill. Sneaky Bee did a good job. On these adapter plates, even better, because it made this magnetic conversion mod, seamless. Pain in the ass, but seamless. Undid the screws from here. Pulled out the nuts there, reversed the position so the head of the screw is in here, the nut is on there, and then I drilled out the print, treating the ones because I'm still planning on doing some acetone treatment to smooth them out and blah 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 blah. And then I just press fit them because the filament was soft enough that it would be deformed by the pressure and that nut. All of this is tuning, not this part. Well, a little bit this part, but this is mostly to keep the pads from moving. I even tried closing it all off to give it a more original sound, and you know what I found out? Not only do these suck stock, to the point where, no, don't buy them for stock only. Find a different way. Even open. They're not bad, but they're just so messy and inaccurate and not good. You add the grill and some tuning. Calms things down. Takes away a good bit of the sibilance. Not a lot, but a good bit. You add the trochoid phaser. Massively opens up the stage like you wouldn't fucking believe, and the treble comes across so good and clean. All of this was to help remove any additional sibilancy and help beef up the bass, because I tried closing this off with felt, and though I did get more bass, the 120 Hz and below region, the LFE region, all I was really getting off of it was at 50 Hz, barely perceptibly audible at negative 50 dB, negative 43 dB. With some of this tuning, this, and big ass hybrid pads, and the angled large rounds, or angled large ovals, or large rounds will fit. You have to coax them, but they will fit. Do bring more of the LFE region, but mostly you just get upper bass, and then your mids and your trebles, very accentuated, far more precise than before. Substantially better stage, substantially better imaging within the stage. I mean, it's Good. I get why people mod the piss out of these things now, to be quite honest with you. So, the go, no go. Stock, no, don't buy it. But the caveat is if you are a mod junkie or want to get into modding, these are a pretty safe headphone to modify. Yeah, either buy the trochoid phaser from Dr. Sneaky Bee, make your own, and send it to Paul and have him print it. Because he knows what he's doing now, and he knows the quirky things that we're into. He's in the US, by the way, California, so it's really good on the shipping fees. He packs everything extremely well. Wonderful guy to work with. But yes, after tunings, all said and done, fenestrated pads are my favorite. Hybrid fenestrated pads are just my favorite. I did not like the velours on them at all. The pleathers, regular rounds, they worked. They gave me better LFE region, but they weren't comfy, and I don't know how a larger leather would sound. I'm currently talking to one of the ZMF dudes, I believe Zach. I say talking to, I sent him an email in the vain hopes that he would email me back with, oh yeah, use this pad, or this pad. So I don't just aimlessly buy one of the fucking bajillion pads he has. And, no, I haven't terminated it because that shit's on there good. I don't want to risk it. But if you're going to mod these, yeah, they get to go. Not like a stellar go, not like a, yeah, go do it. But if you can get them used, and they're in great condition for 200, 150, 100 bucks, shit, 100 bucks, hell yeah. But $200? Yeah, that's about my cutoff. I would not pay full $300 price tag on these, not unless this is your only option, and you don't have a problem with modifying them. So, stock. The base was tight. All of it was tight and present. Not ultra present, but tight and present and good. Fairly quick to respond, mild decay. A little bit boomy-ish, but the mids are definitely forward, especially the upper mid-range, and parts of the treble register that I can't quite recall, but the very highs and the beginning in sectors of the mid-high range, treble range, they're very forward, shouty, sibilant, kind of painful. And outside of the painful sibilancy, adding the phaser did make it more pronounced, but opened it up seriously. Opening up the back, removing a lot of the dampening foam and the felt, because the felt was frankly horrible in my opinion. Opened them up and made them less angorous, less intense, less intimate, less into your face. Not in your face, but into your face. So, yeah. Doable. Very doable. What is this fucking music? Let's go back to that. There we go. Didn't put it on repeat. This is a modder's wet dream, and you can get some astonishing results. Because now I'm pulling shit out of the 20k region. I'm sorry, the 18k plus or minus 2k region. Really clearly, really precise. The vocals are very forward. The power chords are very forward. Pretty much all of the treble register becomes much more bright. Not incessantly so. I believe there's a dip somewhere. I want to say either the 5-6k region or the 10-11k region. Somewhere in there I think there's a dip. But it doesn't bother me. Add all this together, and you get a damn good headphone. Add a better headband, and you get better comfort and, quite frankly, a bit more stable design. Add the cups back on, and you wouldn't believe it, but son of a bitch, they get wider. They sound very open and wide without it. The mids are very forward. Vocals are very, very forward. Parts of the treble, again, very forward, like I said. You put these cups on, and it instantly pulls them all back and makes things that sound far away sound further away. It widens the soundstage, but it narrows it. So shallow and wide, narrow and deep. And it's a strange sensation. And I'm using some interesting polyurethane foam, some weather strip foam. 1/16 inch, I think? Yeah, 1/16, something like that. I just used a pad. Cut it out. There you go. It makes a relatively decent seal. I may go back over with another bit on the parts where the magnets aren't, but the magnets aren't super strong to begin with, because there's also not a very large surface area for them to grasp onto. But it seals to a semi open back. So it lets just enough leak. And putting some felt here in the middle 4, 2, 4, pulls away a good bit of the sibilance while still allowing a lot more of the more accentuated treble region. The micro details, the overall resolution. So the resolution, the finer details in any given register. Much better, much more coherent, much more cohesive, much more precise. I see why they were calling them the prior version, the M1060 non-C variants, like an LCD 2-ish, for a lot fucking less money. So if that's your thing, you might want to get these on discount. If you want to wait for the modders to do their thing and get the new 1070s, 1080, the newest ones, the big boys, those might be even better, and they even come with a better headband too. Be damned, right? Better audio jacks for sure. But I digress. The overall resolution, the inner delineated sounds, very good. The clarity, and by the clarity I mean the overall coherency of the sound, or any specific spectrum, is very tight, very clean, fairly precise. I don't hear a lot of very, very notable graininess. And sibilance is always going to be there to some extent or another. You can completely remove it, but sometimes songs are just sibilant. It's part of the music, unfortunately. And if you pull it away from where even the most lightly sibilant song is no longer sibilant, you're pulling away the frequency that where that really matters. So, take that as you may. It personally doesn't bother me. It's there. I can adjust volume knobs and be fine with it. And from that point forward, I'm glad I have this end deck, because I can bring back my LFE region bass, the bass that I love, without muddying up, so the clarity still stays good. I think maybe only the lowest parts of the mids and the highest parts of the upper bass region really get affected with any form of muddiness, but that's just how ears work, and that's just how diaphragms work for these devices, audio devices. It's just a fun headphone to modify and tweak and alter, and yeah, it's going to be a part of my collection, and it's going to Dave, because quite frankly, I'm surprised, astounded at what pads do. I bought some angled ovals, and pretty good. I want to get full size for these, and that's why I mentioned Zach and asking him so that I can get the right size for them, and have more room, because that opens up the stage a lot more. Less intensity, substantially less sibilancy, and less harsh or shouty or treble. They can be shouty as is, but it's not... It treads the fine line more relaxed than a T50 would. They're kind of a fun headphone. Kind of a really fun headphone that I've been very addicted to. I've been playing Modern Warfare, and holy shit, I'm snapshotting people every now and again, because I can just hear them. Those footsteps are there, but the explosions are in detail, and the vocals are just perfect, and it's just, I hear them, I know where they are, relativistically speaking, and it's, oh my god, I'm having so much damn fun with them. The 95X is also a guilty pleasure, I will admit. But because these are so intense in those ranges, and they just feel so much more precise now, I kind of pick these for gaming over my 6XX, even though I haven't spent a shit ton of time with them. And the 95X is just great overall, but these sound very much better for that sort of thing. Very big sound. I can only recommend these for dedicated modders or someone who just can get it on the cheap, because the mods, after it's all said and done, a headband is like, I don't know, we'll highball it. It's $80. Okay, if you're going Odyssey, we're talking like $300. But, you know, go to AliExpress, hey, another 60, 50 maybe, to $80. The phases, $15, $25, somewhere in that range. That wasn't very expensive, I can't remember, but I'm kind of rounding it up. The grills were, with the conversion kit, were around $60. I think shipping made them $68, $70. Still cheaper than an LCD. Substantially cheaper than an LCD. And if you get these for cheap, they're a lot fucking cheaper. And I plan to get the LCD XC and the LCD 1 to get a much better idea of how good these actually are. And then maybe even do or an update video on my findings. If you use the M570 or some shit or another head strap, yes, this is still very pronounced on the top of the head, but you'll have to get in here, take it off, and then put the yokes from the 1060C on there, and then you'll have to get in there and bend it up, because otherwise it's just too short for the screw that's in there. And be sure to tighten it up first and wiggle it around first to get it nice and tight, because these are loosey-goosey and a little bit flopsy, but once you put them like that, they resist moving.
Don't buy Bryson Tiller from Spotify.
Oh my fucking god, Alexa, stop! I didn't even say her name. Asshole. Okay. I wanted to give these a good review. And I waited so long because these have needed a lot of tender care, love and affection, and the tuning didn't take as long as the T50s. Mostly because I didn't have to open these fuckers up nearly as much. But they're good. But the new stuff is out, and those might be even better. You see my quandary here? I want to say these are good, and they are good, especially if you put some TLC. But the HE4XX is a better buy out of the box. I have mixed feelings. Definitely go check out David's video on these, because when he does get them to listen to and review, and I've told him good or bad, like it or hate it, I want him to listen to it, because he listened to the M1060 and was not impressed. So he at least has a ballpark range to go off of. He also has his other Hi-Fi Man devices. Mod is wet dream. Get it if you're a mod junkie. Otherwise, avoid it like the plague. Unless, I mean, that's where it's at. I can't wholeheartedly give this a go because stock, it's just so shitty, and I know I'm being redundant, but it just makes me sad, because if I had gotten all of this done sooner, I could have given it a much more happy review, although ill-fated and ill-timed. So I guess maybe the universe works its magic in strange ways. Oddly, on-the-nose music for this, by accident. If you have questions, comments, concerns, send them down into the comment section down below, or join the Discord. DM me personally or interact with the community. You know what? After Dave, I might just send these to MSR. MRS, not MSR, MRS, I think. The guy from Superstar Reviews. And then after that, I may just send Adam a demo-y thing after he's done doing his real-life shit that he's got to take care of. So we can compare and contrast. Because he bought himself a pair on accident. Don't drunkenly go on eBay. It's a bad idea, children. So I think that's where I'll leave it. Needlessly redundant. I'll probably cut a good bit of it out. But here it is. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to do all the things that the other YouTubers will ask you to do. I just ask that you... Let's talk about it. If you've modded these, talk to me. Get on Discord, please. I'm always there. I just don't always reply because I'm either sleeping or busy. But I do reply. DMs are open. When Dave ends up releasing it, he has his own channel. He has his own channel in the Discord server for his updates and his releases. So that's another good reason. Go subscribe to him. Check him out. Check out Armchair Audiophile because he hasn't had a chance to hear these yet either, and I really would like him to compare them to his LCD ones. These are going places, seeing many desks. Check out Armchair Audiophile. He's pretty cool too, and he doesn't know I'm totally wrecking his ass right now. No, wreck as in REC. I'm recommending him, not wreck. Oh, fuck me running. No, I'm leaving that in. That's too good. That's just too damn good. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, children. Have a lovely morning, a beautiful afternoon, and wonderful evening. May you have superb and supreme rest. I don't know what that hand gesture was. And may you travel far and wide within the realm of your dreamscape, my children, so long as it leads you back to me, the guy that can't speak. Your favorite, the great wizard, Farsil. I'll see you all in the next video. I'm not sure what I'm going to review yet. Then maybe the 95X. Then maybe the T4. Then maybe the 6XX and the VK4, somewhere in there. Alright. See you all then, alright? Ready, set, and poof.